Energy Suspension is the world's largest manufacturer of polyurethane suspension components. We have manufactured polyurethane for over 30 years. We manufacture for everything from, I manufacture for Bombardier for their snowmobiles and their jet skis, and we also go all the way up to Class 7 and 8 trucks, as well as transit. We supply the transit industry. The whole scope of the product. What I'll do here is I'll kind of give you an overview. We'll start with the performance product line. One of the very first parts that people buy from us usually is our sway bar bushings, which are easily installed by any do-it-yourselfer. Does not require any special tools, nor does it require any new alignment or anything to be done to the vehicle. It's a half-hour to an hour job that will have a dramatic effect on the performance of the vehicle for a very small amount of money and time laid out.
Is that this guy here?
That would be this right here, Ron. This is the sway bar set right here. This is your pivot bushings. These are your end links found on virtually every passenger car, light truck application, four-wheel or two-wheel drive. Going from there, the next probably most popular and #1 item we have is our General Motors transmission mount. This is a patented design. It interlocks the top plate with the bottom plate, so there's no chance of separation. This is again our #1 selling item. This will fit GM products from 1955 all the way through 81. It will also replace multiple General Motors products. In other words, this one item, by elongating the holes, multi-drilling, and supplying the hardware, will replace 8 or 9 General Motors products.
So as a dealer, if I stock that one item, I'd really have some coverage.
That's right, buddy. This will cover everybody and not put too much on you as far as inventory. So, and again, then we offer an entire line of OE replacement bump stops, again out of polyurethane. And Ron, what you're getting with polyurethane is you're getting an elastomer that is impervious to all the oils and contaminants that you find under a vehicle that deteriorate rubber. Plus, we have the ability to formulate it and make it as hard as a rock or as soft as rubber.
So now that's up to the individual race mechanic.
Absolutely. Well,
what does
no,
he
it's
want?
not his choice. We make that decision for you. And what we try to do is we're not trying to make you a high performance, a racer. What we're trying to do is make your daily driver perform better, but yet not beat the hell out of you, not pound you, not when your wife gets in it and goes to the grocery store or something, she's not going to come back and complain about the ride. But at the same time, when you take your buddies and load up the car or go out for a drive, you'll have much better handling and performance than you will with the stock eyes. What you'll get is you'll still get the ride that you're looking for, but without the deflection, which will allow a better response. It allows the suspension to work instead of the bushing. And what you're losing is with the rubber bushing, there's too much compliance, too much deflection there, and it doesn't allow the suspension to work. Our bushings also work like a bearing. So in other words, this is a control arm bushing for your Corvette right here. In polyurethane, with the polyurethane and with the design our engineers have come up with, this bushing will pivot 360 degrees, allowing the control arm to pivot and allow the springs and the suspension to work properly. With rubber, what you've got is you've got a limit to the pivoting ability, usually about 10 to 15 degrees. After 10 to 15 degrees, it's solid. It's now going to either shear the rubber or it's just going to lock up. So again, with the point being here is that through design, engineering, and material formulation, we've come up with a product that's going to do what the majority, what the public wants, what's necessary out there.
All right.
Now we also, going from the performance, to give you a little bit of scope of what we do, this happens to be a Hendrickson walking beam bushing.
Okay.
We also offer an entire line of product for Class 7 and 8 vehicles and medium truck as well. And this is a Fruhoff equalizer bushing right here.
Okay.
This is the Hendrickson walking beam bushing again. And again, now we've got torsionally free pivoting parts here. This will allow the suspension to work and not fatigue the material.
Those have to be pressed in?
No, sir. That's another thing, is the old bushing has to be pressed out.
Oh, yeah.
But it can also be cut out with a torch or what have you. Now, to install this, no, you can install this because by hand, it's two-piece. You merely drive in the two halves. You use the lubricant that we supply, and then with a mallet, you drive in the center sleeve.
That's going to be very, very popular with my customers because changing out suspension bushings is one of those jobs that absolutely no wrench wants to do.
And in this case, it normally requires special tools from the manufacturer, from Hendrickson, plus it requires that you have a 100-ton press.
Yep.
So nope. And then again, we've got torque rod bushings for everything, for all the major manufacturers: Peterbilt, Kenworth, Freightliner, and once again, can be installed by hand by the end user at a fraction of the price. A normal torque rod from the dealer is somewhere in the neighborhood of $100 to $125 or more.
Yep.
A pair of bushings to rebush it and reuse the existing components, which are completely reusable, is less than $30, $40.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. That's what we try to do. We try to, on the heavy truck line, we're trying to cut down your cost per mile of operation. The performance side, we're trying to give you something that's going to give you a leg up on your buddy. It's going to get you up the hill faster, it's up quicker, it's going to get you off the line faster, it's going to give you more driving pleasure. The heavy truck line is designed to cut down on your tire wear, because by having the integrity of the suspension, it's going to maximize your tire wear as well. And as any heavy truck driver or fleet owner or superintendent will tell you, is that their concern is all about tire wear and suspension and keeping that vehicle on the road. And that's what we do.
Well, just a few minutes ago when we were setting up, you mentioned that you also do buses.
Absolutely. We have been involved with the transit industry for going on probably 20 years now, and we supply a lot of OE parts to companies such as Mohawk and to MCI Bus, Prevo, and others. And yes, what we do is we attack their problem areas. They come to us with problems and we solve those problems. And that's what we are. We're a problem solver. Every part you see here and every part we've ever made was done because somebody came to us with a problem or with something that needed to be addressed. We just got back from the SEMA show, as you know, and we brought this out and unveiled it. We had a vehicle out there all bushed with these parts, and the interest was, it was out of the gate. It was just off the top.
Wow.
Well, as you can see, there's so much material. Again, all this in rubber amounts to compliance or deflection. By tuning the material to the application, in some cases stiffening it up, in some cases just redesigning the part, now we can get maximum performance out of that suspension.
Slick.
We also have the LS1 adapter set, very popular with the rodders and all. This is an item that enables you to adapt a small block Chevy motor into the LS set.
Well, I've got one of those things going on right now. The guy's got a CJ Jeep, got a bad engine in it, and we're talking about putting a small block Chevy in it.
This may be the answer to him. This may be his answer. It's got all the adapter plates, it's 100% turnkey, and we have it both in zinc and in chrome, depending on the customer.
Okay, well, that particular area, keeping corrosion down, stampede is a major issue.
Well,
so.
And that is why you'll always see energy suspension not cut any corners.
Okay.
We use strictly DOM tubing, we zinc plate everything, and we're 100% US made.
All right.
All right?
What else is good?
It's all good, Ron.